is intended for teachers and tutors who would like to have a fun, creative, engaging in-class activity about how to find the area of a circle. How to find the equation area equals pi r squared. Where does that come from? How do we get that formula? Is it just like made up by some mathematician? Where does it come from? So we're going to figure out how to find that formula. So one really good idea is to pass out a bunch of tape measures to your students and send them out into the room to find a bunch of circles. So they could find any sort of circle. Maybe your head, maybe your ankle, maybe a round table, or a pen. You could draw your own circle, as long as it's a good, well-drawn circle. Any size, you could draw little circles, you could draw big circles on the board. And then you take your tape measure, and you measure the circumference and divide it by the diameter. And if you average all your students' numbers, you'll find that they get a number around 3.141592. This number is so special because it's a constant that people like to give it a Greek letter to represent that number. And that Greek letter is pi. So now we know circumference divided by diameter is pi. Just using a little bit of algebra, you can say circumference is diameter is pi. You can also say circumference is 2r times pi, right? I just replaced diameter with twice the radius. You can rearrange this a little bit to say circumference is 2 pi r. All these are true. It's the last one that we're going to be using, though. So that's the important one. Circumference is 2 pi r. You're going to write that at the top of the board. It's so important. That is true. Put a little star around it. So now we're going to find the area of a circle. Let's say I get out a pizza. Put it on the table. It smells so good. But we're not going to eat the pizza, we're going to find the area of the pizza. So how could we do that? How can we find the area of the pizza without using the formula A equals pi r squared? We don't know that formula yet. So you ask your students for some ideas. Maybe they say, let's think about it in terms of triangles. Let's find the area of each triangle and then add them up. Maybe they say, let's think about it in terms of squares. Let's somehow measure little squares inside the circle. Anything. They'll come up with a bunch of crazy stuff. Maybe they'll come up with the thing I'm about to tell you, or maybe you'll have to tell them. But either way, take the slices, lay them out on the table. In this example, I have 8 slices. 4 on the bottom, 4 on top, and you get a rectangle. So hey, you don't know the area of a circle, so let's turn it into a rectangle, which we do know the area of. So, area of a rectangle, any rectangle, right, is the width times the length. That's the area. Area equals width times length. We're going to use that. So here, what is the length and what is the width? What is the length? Oops. What is the length? What is the width? Now the length is half the crust of the pizza, right? It's halfway around the pizza, which is half the circumference. The width is the length of one pizza, right? The height of one pizza. And how long is a pizza? Well, it would be the radius of the circle. So this is the radius. So this means that the area of a circle is, drum roll, circumference divided by 2 times r. This is a really complicated formula. So can we simplify it? Can we replace one of these variables? Radius or circumference? And yes, we can. Ta-da! Because we know from the first part, circumference is 2 pi r. So we'll replace the circumference with 2 pi r, and we get this stuff. Stuff cancels, and you get area equals pi r squared. That's how you derive a formula for a circle.